Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Let's Talk. It's me, T-Lady75, and I am at,
Hair by Jimmie Salon and Spa.
and this is Jimmie.
Hello.
And Jimmie is going to be doing protein treatment on my hair today. My hair is natural. I haven't done anything to it in a while. And what is the protein treatment?
A protein is basically our now new magic for all types of hair, but specifically catering to the African American community as far as natural hair is concerned. It's a product that basically gives you as the client, a natural client, the ability to stay natural, which is how you actually are. So because we hear a lot of people saying, I want to go natural, but you actually literally grow natural. So this is a product that's allowing you to be versatile and be natural, but be comfortable in being natural, allowing you to wear natural styles and then actually allowing you to convert to wearing straight styles that gives the illusion of having a relaxer without chemically altering your hair.
Okay. And how long will the protein treatment last, and how often should you get it?
Okay. Well, this system, particularly that I love, is called the thermal smoothing system, and it's called smoothing because it does not chemically straighten or permanently straighten the hair. And it is, the professional line name is called Naked. The company is Essations, and they recommend that you at least go about 3 to 4 months before having the protein reinfused. But I gauge it based on the client's new growth, seasonally, because sometimes you grow a little bit more. So most of them stick to about 3 to 4 months. So.
Okay. And what does protein do?
Protein basically, when you think about natural hair, you think of a real coarse, kinky, tangled, intertwined coil. And everyone who has natural hair has a different type of texture, has a different coil, a different coarseness or fineness to their hair.
Mm-hmm.
And what the protein does, it actually basically strengthens the hair, which we know that all hair is made of protein, needs it to survive, to stay strong and growing. So the protein that's actually infused into your hair strand through this system will actually remain in the hair shaft. It will smooth the cuticle out so that hair is nice and smooth. So it'll actually make your hair more manageable, it'll make it easier to comb, and it'll actually give you a fluffier afro for those that have that really tight, spongy type coil. It actually make it a lot more manageable. So it's great for kids who are tender-headed. It's really, really great for those that are on medications, who are protein deficient. So it has a lot of benefits to it, and is a great transition for those that are wanting to come out of the relaxer system.
Okay. So we're about to get started. So what is the first thing that you're going to do?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do, of course, we're going to comb and detangle her out. And what I'm going to do at that point is I'm going to take her to the bowl, and I'm going to use a detox shampoo, which is like a clarifying shampoo. It's going to pull any buildup or debris, excess oil, moistures off of her hair. It's going to leave just enough moisture on her scalp, but it's going to strip all the excess off the actual hair shaft. From that point, we're going to put a keratin mask on there, which is then going to add some other proteins and lanolins and aloe vera and so many other good additives to her hair. We're going to put her up under the dryer for about 10 minutes, and that's going to actually get our process going.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. We are back, and just a recap of what we've done already.
We have already detoxed the hair, and then we have applied the Keratin Plus mask. She has gone up under the dryer for 10 minutes, and we have thoroughly rinsed it out, and now we are going to section it into 4 and apply the protein directly to her hair shaft. We're going to comb it through from root to ends, and we're going to allow that to sit on the hair for 10 minutes. At that time, then we're going to actually go through, we're going to blow dry it, and we're going to actually flat iron it and press her hair out with the protein. And then from there, we're going to go back to the bowl and let you see the magic that this product creates.
All right. Can't wait.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh.
All right. We're back, and we've been to the bowl, and we've shampooed, and I'm skipping a part. We've actually flat iron. So I didn't show y'all, but I was flat ironed out, and now we're going to, she flat ironed me, and then we shampooed, and then we conditioned. And so they probably thinking, okay, why were you
Why did we do that to come back to do this now?
Come back and shampoo.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The original process is actually applying the protein to the hair, basically infusing it into the hair shaft, and that's the purpose of us flat ironing the hair, because remember, we split the hair into 4 sections, and I foamed the assuage protein onto her hair, combed it through from root to ends throughout. And what I kind of do to speed up the process and help the protein absorb into the hair shaft is I particularly put my clients up under the dryer on a low heat for 5 minutes, which also helps with the blow dry process, because we know that hair is very fragile when it's wet. And so it kind of gives us a jump start on it, and then it helps ease that blow drying process. So at that point, then I go through, and with her, because her hair is fine, I use the heat setting at about 349 on my flat iron, because that's really all she needed for her hair texture. And we flat iron the hair throughout, and I only hit the hair once or twice versus where most systems do 4 times with a larger amount of heat. And with that, you've just got to gauge that by your client's hair texture and the coarseness of their hair, where you want to do your setting. So 350 to 450 is basically what most protein systems will call for. So you gauge that based on your client's hair by testing a strand to see how much heat is needed to straighten it out. At that point, once we got it straightened, I went through and I cleaned off any split ends that needed to go, preparing her for the finished look. Now, protein hardens the hair, and so when we flat ironed her, even though it was really nice, soft, and straight, she had a little bit of the protein grit still on the hair shaft. And remember, when we started, we just detoxed her hair, so we really didn't give her a good shampoo. So when we took her back to the bowl, we use now what's called the sulfate-free shampoo. With our line, it's Biofuse, but it is a sulfate-free shampoo, which is good enough to keep the moisture on her scalp. However, but it works well because it cleanses the hair. It stripped off the excess protein that we didn't need on the hair, so that it can be nice, soft, and flowing, but the protein is still embedded in the hair. Another thing that I did when I took her to the bowl, when I rinsed her before I shampooed her, I had her reach back and feel her hair. And I love this part of the process because people really see the advantage of having protein on their hair besides just being natural and just getting a regular press and curl. Because what happens is the amino acids that's inside of the protein foam coats the hair, and that amino acid helps your hair it keeps you from reverting when you go out in the humidity or the rain, or if you work out or whatever. You actually can stay straight in between your salon visits or in between your at-home maintenance. So if she was to get wet up outside or whatever, her hair would just be nice and straight, and all she'd have to do is go home and blow dry it and style appropriately. The great thing about it is that now when she blow dries and flat irons at home, she's going to get that same salon look, because the protein is going to smooth that cuticle out so that it's going to give her the desired straightness that she wants. And so now we are getting ready to finish her out. I'm going to blow dry her and flat iron her again, but as you can see, all I did at this point, we've come from the bowl after we've shampooed and conditioned, and I just picked her out. And I want her to see that she can still be nice and natural and fluffy after the protein treatment, but she's got a little more volume now, and her curl pattern, her texture is not so tight and not so kinky, which is another reason why I didn't really just bone straight her out, because she does like to wear her natural curly look. Which is always, you know, the fresher the product is, the system is in your hair, the straighter it's going to be. But I didn't want to, you know, like I said, overdo it to where she couldn't just be able to go backwards and forward if that's what she wants to do. But we're going to finish her out, and she actually is choosing to be straight today. And so we're going to use what we call silkening glaze. And most systems will use something like argan oil or Moroccan oil, and you're only going to need just a few drops. So we're going to put a few drops of that on her hair before we blow dry it, and then we're going to come back and we're going to seal the hair with about 4 to 5 more drops when we're done. And so we'll show you the finished look.
And I have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
When you said that I still had like some of the grit from the protein in my
Mm-hmm.
hair, like if you do this at home, which I would never do this at home because I probably botch it up,
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that not being a trained stylist, not knowing that it's there?
No, because the one thing, you know, we recommend, most of the time if a product says for professional use only, please take heed that it is for professional use only. Protein is not something that you need to use on your hair or overuse on your hair, because its purpose is to harden the hair, and what it does is it strengthens the hair when it does so. So you don't want to make the hair brittle where it can break by over processing or overusing protein systems on your hair. Most of them are made to be put onto the hair while the hair is wet under the dryer process and rinsed out thoroughly, not to be left on the hair. But this system is actually formulated to the point where it actually has been embedded into the hair strand, which with the method of heat, and then the excess is shampooed off. And so by using the biofuse, which is the sulfate-free shampoo, it helps the hair to maintain enough of the protein in the hair shaft so that it can continue to do what it does. And so that's why over that 3 or 4 month period, by that time you've gotten a considerable amount of new growth, and it's now time to refuse or re-up the protein in your hair.
And so the protein is going to help your hair get what it needs, and it's going to help.
Correct. Which is great for people who are protein deficient or their diets are low in protein, because we need that for our nails, our hair, everything. And so this is a benefit because then you have the protein directly infused into your hair, and you have a greater opportunity to grow more hair and have stronger hair over your lifespan. So. And it's a good reason to stop putting relaxers on little girls for too early. For those parents that really don't like relaxers but just need something that's going to help better maintain their kids' hair, because I have kids from 8 to 88 on the system, so it works for everyone.
Okay. All right. So we'll be back.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we are officially done. This is my hair, and I am so in love with it. Jimmie, you want to tell them how we finished this out?
Okay. I want to tell them all the full process. This is great because Tammy had a fear because her hair may not be just as dense as she'd like to be, being natural, but she's wanting to wear her hair straight. So what we've done is I've gone in and she basically kind of prepared just a couple of clip-ins. We used a couple of those, but then what I did is I just did a small technique using the net on top of her hair to just give her a lot of length to frame her face, so she can actually take her clip-in pieces out that are underneath. And there's only like two, maybe three underneath. But she wanted to get a little bit of more length and just a little more volume. And then the fact that we didn't really want to cut her hair, putting those few pieces in allowed us to be able to kind of just chop it up, make it a bit choppy so that she could actually have a little bit of volume, a little bit of layer, a bit of funkiness and wispiness in the face without having to interrupt her own hair as she continues with her growth process. But we're going to have additional clips and pieces of just how you can see the actual natural hair and the pressed out state up close and personal throughout the video. So I hope that this encourages someone who is really considering getting off the chemical, detoxing, letting the chemical go, and not going natural but staying natural because you grow natural, and really hope that you consider some sort of thermal processing because it has really been a great addition to the beauty industry. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Would this be considered a protective style?
This is going to be considered a protective style, yes. And then the particular technique that we actually used as well. So, and there's a lot of techniques that can be used. I was explaining that to her, that most techniques that you use are going to be case by case because everybody's situation is different based on their hair and their scalp needs. So yeah, this is going to be a great way to have a free-flowing style, still get some air and some oxygen, because you hear people say give your hair a rest, but be able to look fly out at the same time.
Okay, and I'm gonna have Jimmie's information on the end of this video, but Jimmie, will you tell them where they can find you, how they can contact you?
Yes, the best way to contact me, for everyone that's tech savvy, you can visit www.hairbyjimmie.net. It has all the information, the salon information, scheduling, etc. And I hope you enjoy everything that you've learned here today.
All right, thanks, Jimmie. Thank y'all for
very
watching.
Welcome. Bye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm glad this week is over. I need to get away. Go home and throw my clothes on. Come get you right away. Can't wait to see you looking lovely. I hope you're thinking of me, 'cause all I want Don't need